Okay, this week in the music charts, networking sites has determined what's gone to number one. So now I'm going to introduce you to a group who shot to fame because of Facebook, and then they got 55,000 subscriptions on Twitter when they wanted a new member. It's Blake, and they're here with me now in the studio. Good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Very good to see you. Of course, I know, and all your fans, I know you were going to be here because you used Twitter to tell everybody that. Before we talk, let's hear them all singing. And that's the music which people will know, and this is all part of the new album for Christmas, Together. The Christmassy track on that, an all-time classic. Tell us about that, Humphrey.
It is. It's When a Child is Born, and it's our unique 4-part harmony version. And yeah, it's one of the great Christmas songs. And
it is.
We wanted to have something on the album. That
and Stephen, what's his name who sang it? I've just got. What's his name who sang that originally?
Asking the wrong man.
Yes, what's his name? Johnny Mathis.
Yes.
Johnny Mathis, the very man. 2 points. Johnny Mathis. He had such a distinctive voice, though. Hard act to follow.
Well, we've got 4 very different voices, which is part of the whole theme of 4-part harmony, is you can mix those different sounds together. So no one of us is trying to sound like Johnny Mathis.
So, I mean, do you do all that?
That's very good.
Is it?
Are you trained?
I'm not, Jules. I'm not, as you can probably guess
you should have
there.
applied on Twitter for the job.
But that is your story. That's literally how it happened for you.
Amazing. I mean, the boys formed originally on Facebook, and then I came into the band through Twitter. A friend of mine said that the band Blake are looking for somebody, and amazing. I contacted them, and now I'm on Sky News with you.
We were desperate.
It was him. It was him or a Thai lady boy. So you could have gone either way.
That's what it goes. Now it is Christmas, and you know you're talking the talk. Can you walk the walk? That's the thing. Can you put us in seasonal spirit?
At this time of the morning.
Yes, yes, we can.
This is special. All right. Well, since we talked about it, this is a tiny little snippet, obviously without our band, of When a Child is Born.
A rosy dawn settles all around. You got the feel you're on solid ground. For a spell or two, no one seems forlorn. This comes to pass where the child is
Johnny Who, I say, at the end of that. Very good, boys. Very appreciate that a lot. What about Christmas for you? Will you? I mean, you tour incredibly. You perform. It's very busy for you.
I think we're all really looking forward to going home. We've been in Scandinavia for the last month touring. So we only got back, 2 days ago. So we're all a little bit shell-shocked still, and I think Christmas is a time to be with your family, so I think we're all.
But I was worried, Jules, that you wouldn't actually make it in today.
I was worried. I actually stayed in a hotel last night.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, in Scandinavia, do they have these same problems when they book you for interviews? Does everybody worry because of snow you're not going to make it?
Well, it was fine for most of the time, and then we made these jokes about the fact that we thought it was going to be snowing, and actually it wasn't, and then suddenly it just dumped snow, and we had to ski to the concerts down the road.
Yeah, we very nearly missed our flight. Our car couldn't get up the hill. So even in Denmark, they have their problems. But,
Stephen, I'm fascinated to know how you use your Twitter. You're at Band Blake, is that it?
Yeah, so it's at the band Blake on Twitter.
The Band Blake.
And yeah, we're different, I guess, from a lot of people who use it, because everybody who friend requests us, we just friend them straight back. So if somebody follows us, we follow them, and we find it's a nicer way to get to know everybody. So all 4 of us are on the same account nearly all of the time.
But Eamonn, you've definitely got more followers than we have.
Does this make you jealous?
We're quite jealous. Quite jealous.
Well, what I do know from mine, that we're watched a lot in Australia and in South Africa, and a lot of people have a lot of interest actually as to when you're coming there. You do plan to tour there?
Well, yeah. we're actually releasing the new album together in Australia in April. So it's a great way for people, we do a lot of international touring, and it's a great way for us to keep in touch with our fans around the world. So come and find us and keep in touch.
And this is what, when you do keep in touch, this is what you hear. This is you guys with Chasing Colours. That's the thing about you boys. There's an incredible mix of the type of music that you come across. Okay, you've got what we would regard as, you know, traditional classics like Ave Maria, I Vow to Thee, My Country, that sort of thing. But also in there, With or Without You, for instance.
Yeah.
How do you decide on the mix?
We found over the past 3 years, when we've been doing all these concerts, that actually people have a very eclectic taste in music. And I don't think they're sort of given enough credit for that. You know, people actually can listen to something very classical, very traditional, next to something very poppy.
Yeah.
And we've always sort of said, well, we're not going to sing a pop song in an operatic way because that sort of sounds a bit square. So we'll take each song in the way that we think it should be treated.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think people like different interpretations of something they know. For instance, I'm looking forward to hearing you sing Bridge Over Troubled Water on this this album, which I enjoy, not from the Simon and Garfunkel point of view, but Elvis did a rendition of this as well, and now to be followed by
There's a feeling with a lot of songs that they're so sacred that you can't touch them, and often you find that, and I think that as long as people know that you take enough care of it, then...
Ollie, I've got to touch you there. I've got to say goodbye. Happy Christmas.
My pleasure.
That's Blake. That was Sunrise. It's the Live Desk next. See you in the morning. Bye-bye.